Ladies and gentlemen, I don't normally do this, but we are so close now to 50 subscribers on the channel, and with just that one last push, I believe we can get there before the end of this month. So make sure down below you smash that subscribe button down below, and also make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video as well. Now with all the self-promotion stuff out of the way, let's get on with facing Fulham and Arsenal. Yes, that's right folks, it is Unemployed to Legend time again, episode 13 with Norwich City. And there's a couple of things to note since the last time you were with me. First things first, our form has dramatically improved. So I think we left you after the West Brom game. Since then we squeaked through Derby in the League Cup. But what that started was a little bit of a revival in terms of results. 3 straight victories in the Premier League before. We did lose the last one against Bournemouth, but those 3 victories have meant so much to us in just pulling away from that bottom 3, where we now sit in 10th place with 20 points from 14 matches. Very impressive. We're halfway to that target of a minimum 40 points. Also, second thing I wanted to just let you know, we've already had a transfer. Ignore that one, I'll come to that in the next episode, which will probably be around the January transfer market anyway. Oh, it's not on here. Well, I've just let the cat out of the bag for absolutely zero reason. But the man I wanted to get rid of in the summer, Daniel Bachmann, is leaving us in January. He's going to Almeria in Spain, and he will be going for £4.8 million. I'm pretty sure I'll touch on this again in the next episode anyway, which again will be at some point during January. And we'll go through any other transfers that happened. You've already seen one that might happen. If it does, again, I'll go through that in January. But let's not waste any more time, shall we, and get into the first game, which is away against Fulham in the Premier League. So this is the system that we're using now, where it's effectively a 4-3-3, but the midfield is a little bit different to what it has been. This has been completely shuffled around again. Previously, it would have been Exposito sitting where Gamin is currently as a deep line playmaker, but it hasn't been working. And when we make those changes mid-match, we seem to do a lot better. So what I'm going to do this time, Gamin is going to be forwards in that ball-winning midfielder position. And Exposito, as a deep line playmaker, he's actually coming back into the side. Just Alba's been having a bit of a run lately. In fact, where is he? He's not on... Oh, he's not actually on the bench. You know what? He can have a break. He's had a lot of games recently. So Exposito is going to come in that deep line playmaker role with Davenport back in the side. He's been suspended again. In fact, I think he got sent off against West Brom, didn't he? That ends up being a 3-game suspension, so he's literally only just coming back in this game. So this is the 11 we're going to send out. For Bruges in goal, Gonzalez, who's back from injury at left back, Lovato and Quaresma, who has replaced the sacrificed Konstantinos Mavropanos, who has barely played now this season. Yes, he's played 9 games in all competitions, but I'm thinking, is he starting to get unhappy? No, he's still happy at the moment with the amount of game time. He will come back in at some point, but he's effectively been made the scapegoat of our poor starts, or rather our poor run of form after the good starts of the season. Max Aaron's at right back, and the midfield have gone through Gamin, Exposito and Davenport as mentioned. Udrago, who has been very disappointing so far this season. I don't know what to do to get the best out of this man. I've come to the conclusion that he's better off just playing as an inverted winger. This is a system that suits us. It suits Joe Willock very well, which is why he's been playing in that position instead of Udrago at times. But you know what, if Udrago can't actually play in that position, then he's a bit of a flop in that case, and it's a bit of a shame. Ferdy on the right wing with Peter Lynch up front. Balogun is our top scorer, but he's only scored once since August, which has not been very fun. Lynch has been much more threatening than him up front. Anyway, as far as Ferdy goes, he came to me and said he was unhappy with his playing time, so I thought, you know what, go out there and show me why I should play you then. Because to be honest with you, he's a player I do like. I mean, yes, we bought him on the cheap in the Championship, but he's a player that I have a lot of admiration for. I mean, you don't have 17 flair for absolutely zero reason, so that's why I want to give him the chance. Let's see if he can do the business. When he comes on from the bench, he seems to do okay. And he has been involved in the goals, even in the Premier League recently. I think he got 2 assists and a goal in 1 match recently, which is like stunning. He didn't even start. He had like half an hour, which is even more amazing. So that's why he's been starting as of late. In fact, in the last game against Bournemouth, we were 1-0 up with Ferdy on the pitch, and Ferdy went off and then we collapsed. So I wonder if that is the thing I have to look at the most. Maybe Ferdy is the kingpin in all of this. Oh yes, and I've also changed the camera angle as well. I find it's better with sideline. I can actually see what is going on the pitch. And here is Ferdy, plays it into Gamin. This is the thing, Ferdy, he may have that flair, but he also just plays that simple pass, which I absolutely adore. And he also gets right into the middle of that box as well. In fact, just let me know down in the comments, which view do you actually prefer? Is it the sideline view or the TV broadcast? And that was a terrible pass, by the way. We just about kept the ball. Gonzalez, he hasn't been at his best since coming back from injury, but I think that's kind of understandable. You get to get that match fitness. And there is Aarons with his first goal of the season. And look who the name was for the assist. Oh, Ferdy. Ferdy. I said it last season, I'll say it again. I do love that man. He is a very good player. Just plays in Aarons, who cuts inside on his right foot, sticks it. Actually, was it his left? I don't know. You'll see him from the replay anyway. He sticks it in, bottom corner, 1-0 to Norwich City as we approach half time. If we can just make it to half time, perfect. 1-0 up. In fact, if anything, that's actually been our only chance. In fact, it was our only shot and it was on target. Been kind of a hit and run per se, because Fulham, it looks like, have kind of dominated the half without having many chances. And as far as I'm concerned, that's all good. Well, that solves the Udrago problem. What's the injury? Lower leg injury. Oh god, that's going to keep him out for ages, isn't it? Right, Joe Willock is coming on. I mean, Udrago didn't have the best of games, but still, you don't want to see one of your best players having an injury, like especially like that. I dread to think how long that's going to keep him out. I'd probably say weeks, or at minimum. Which is a bit of a shame, but if it gets Joe Willock into the side, you're not going to hear me complain, let's put it that way. I'm just wondering the impact of Exposito in that deep line playmaker role, because obviously he's playing behind Gamin, which means he's going to be playing a lot deeper, but hopefully Davenport on the side of him will hopefully be protecting him. And what a flick on by Lynch, and there is Willock. Can he finish it? Yes, he can. The sub has done it again. Peter Lynch with a beautiful little flick on. He's not a target man, by the way. He's an advanced forward. That's stipulated in his contract, and he's actually playing it. And he's also very good at it. Look at that. But it's like a bullet header. Literally flicks it on. It's like, I sense Willock to the right side of me. I have how do I pronounce the word? Telepathy. There we go. I have telepathy with him. That is now... Oh, God. The Gamin... Oh, my God. What is it with these midfielders? Oh, so let me get this straight. Wow. Just wow. I mean, we could go like that, but we're not going to. I mean, I could play Willock actually on this side, but it's just going to leave Gonzalez so exposed. In fact, what I'm going to do, Gonzalez is going to go to a fullback. I haven't used this since the Wigan days, but we're going to use him as a fullback. I'm going to leave Willock there for the moment, but if we struggle in midfield, I would put Joe Willock in centre of midfield. Peter Lynch is also very tired as well. And I think he took a knock, actually, if I'm correct. So you know what? Balogun is going to come on. He's going to come on for Lynch. I'm just thinking of Stiller, actually. In fact, you know what? If we play Aarons as a fullback, Gonzalez can still be the wing-back. Let him... Oh, no, wait. No, we can play them both as fullbacks because apparently that's Gonzalez's best position. Oh, Ferdy's... No, I can't take Ferdy off. I remember what happened against Bournemouth. No. But we are going to use Aarons as a fullback. I'm going to keep that as a change. That way they won't keep marauding up and down the pitch. We're going to drop to a balanced as well. We have seen it through. 2-0 victory with 10 men. Yeah, no one gave us a chance today. Still using the good old underdog team talks. But that's a big blow that we're going to miss Gamin for the Arsenal game. How long is Udrago out for? This man is a drama queen. Did we do the whole full stretcher gig with him and then he's just like, sorry, it's a tight calf, don't worry about it, boss. I need to have words with him, I really do. Just that one main change then for the away game at Arsenal. Of course, Gamin suspended for one game, so Davenport will move into that ball-winning midfielder role with Angelo Stiller coming in as defensive midfield alongside Exposito. Udrago will start this game despite being a drama queen because Joe Willock unfortunately is ineligible against his parent club, which is a bit of a shame, but well, at least it gets Alba onto the bench, let's put it that way. Balogun is also on against his former club, on the bench that is, not in the starting lineup. And he doesn't seem to be too happy with the comments I made before this game, where I said, well, yeah, he's going up against his old team, potentially, if he comes on. And it might add an interesting dynamic to the whole thing, and he was very demotivated by it. I don't know why. Maybe he doesn't like Mancini, maybe he doesn't want to play against him. I don't know, and to be honest with you, all I'm interested in about here is A, not getting thrashed, and B, maybe, just maybe, pull off a result, but that's probably being a bit hopeful against Arsenal. I mean, the scout report that I got for this match more or less summed it up. Arsenal are a tough team to beat. Yeah, thanks, as if we didn't know that already. I'm pretty sure a 5-year-old who knows anything about Arsenal. In fact, you know what? I'm going to switch this view back because I've just realised you can't actually see anything, and we're not going to use 2D. Absolutely not. This is probably better for your viewing pleasure, maybe. Again, just let me know down in the comments if TV view or sideline is better for viewing. Oh, seriously, that was not a penalty. Oh, referee, if you give this, there's no justice in this game. There really, really isn't. But it looked like a clean tackle. He stayed on his feet. I don't particularly think there was any studs showing, but penalties in this game are broken anyway. I think anyone who's played this game for enough time knows that. Okay, they're not broken. They're not broken. I take it all back. Referee, you're a diamond. But he's going to give Gonzalez a talking to anyway. It's just outside the area. I was going to say, it was literally... It looked like a clean tackle in the first place. I don't know what the referee would have given that for. Oh my gosh, okay, we just gave away that penalty. It seemed a bit more stonewall. But after the get out of jail free card that we literally just have, why would you go in and do that? Oh my goodness, my defense. Yeah, obviously that was going to be awarded. You don't get away with it twice there. It's almost like the match engine glitched and then realised, oh, we've got to correct it. Tammy Abraham steps up and scores 1-0 Arsenal. Oh, after 13 minutes. But to be honest with you, it's playing one of the top teams at their ground. I say top team. Arsenal are literally just above us in the league. I think they're like 7th. Something like that. In fact, if we just pause it for a moment, I would like to just see where they are. Well, they're up to 5th, obviously, with this. But generally speaking, they are obviously going to be better than us. By the way, I didn't give enough credit to Fulham. We beat them 2-0 in the last game. They're actually they were 5th, actually, before we faced them. But my goodness, was it actually an impressive result away from home? I know you might say, oh, it's only Fulham. But it's Fulham who are very impressive in the future. They've actually moved their way up and are competing for Europe in this save. And it looks like we're going to go in at half-time 1-0 down. I think we can feel a little bit hard done by it, although saying that, they've had some good XG. Yeah, show me something else in the second half. Oh, you know as well as I do, the first half wasn't good enough. Yeah, I can go for that. Oh, look at that. Oh, they're motivated. Right, come on, boys. Use that. Look inspired. Look motivated. Let's use that in the second half. I'm looking at the likes of Kadoglu and Lynch to do something. Udrago, I'm losing faith in him by the game. But we don't have Willock for this one. And it kind of shows. Yeah, you see, Gabriel's just put Arsenal 2-0 up. Also, maybe it's time to consider bringing Mavropanos back in. I mean, I know I made him a scapegoat for the bad form we were in, but the man's 6'4". I can't get away from that at set pieces, no matter what level you're in, or rather what level you're at. 6'4" defender is always going to be a threat. And speaking of threats, well, if the goalkeeper wants to gift us the goal, then fair enough. Lovato with his first ever goal for Norwich City, and it was a mistake by Bern Leno, but you know what, you got to take the shots and just hope something goes your way, and it did. Exposito's free kick was saved, but just punched straight out to Lovato, and that's given us a slight lifeline, although I'm noticing there's now a highlight straight from kick-off. I'm very aware we don't have much of an attacking midfield threat, if you will. It might be a case I might actually have to bring on Cantwell or Schuss Alba just in that attacking midfield to give us something else up front. It might actually be something I'll do. What we're going to do... Davenport is not going to be a deep line playmaker. Please. Please. Don't insult me. Exposito, he's not having the greatest of games, and he's on a yellow card as well, so you know what. Todd Cantwell or Schuss Alba? Alba's had the more impressive season thus far. Cantwell, again, has still been... It's been very underwhelming. And it's a bit of a shame for someone who was one of our best players easily in the Championship, even though he missed a significant chunk of last season with injury. Verdi trying his absolute best. Give the man credit. He's really trying ever since he's come back into this team. And there is Verdi and... Who was that? Was that Aarons? Them two on the right hand side. It shows as well on the little tactics screen there. Green marker between them. They both have a great partnership together, and it shows. Now, a little bit of flair from Verdi will go an absolutely long way. And there is Lynch, the pass in. And Lynch has the equaliser. 64 minutes gone. And a great assist by Max Aarons, slotting the ball through. And again, a little bit of passing magic by Verdi. Okay, it was a simple pass. But again, I've said he's got the flair. He also does simple passes. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. And it is now 2-2. With it all to play for in these final 25 minutes, we don't need to see the fact that he was onside. We already know he was onside. Everyone's fired up by the encourage that I gave because, looking at it naturally, their midfield is, well, I'm going to guess they're substitutes, but their defence is looking shattered. It is looking very, very tired. We've got 9 minutes left. I think we've made one sub, and I think that is going to be chalked off for offside. Martinelli, their towering right winger. I've never seen Martinelli play on the right hand side of the attack before, actually. I don't know if that's something that's been added for FM21, I'm going to guess. Right, Kadoglu and Lynch are knackered. Balogun is going to come on up front. Davenport is also tired as well. Can Alzate actually play? He can't play deep. He can't play deep at all. This is where Willock would have come in handy. Gambin would have been in handy in this situation, but he managed to get himself sent off. Schuss Alba, can he play deep? He can. I mean, he's not great at it. He definitely can't play as a ball-winning midfielder. Oh my goodness. What is a Regista? What do I actually do here? Oh! Mavropanos is on! Oh, wow. Wait, hang on. Wait, what? When did I put him back on? Quite interesting. We're not worried about him right now. I need to take Ferdy off because he's just so tired. So is Udrago, but... And Davenport has to stay on, just purely because I don't have another defensive midfielder. Purely for that reason. Right, this might be the final highlight of the game. Who knows? There is Aarons, who's just won the ball. Balogun brings it down brilliantly. Stiller into Cantwell. If he can just find Balogun up front. Balogun is away here. He's through. He's chipped the keeper. Balogun. Cantwell's... I'm sure that's Cantwell's first assist of the season. But oh my goodness, against his old club. I'm in shock. We were 2-0 down and we've now just made a complete comeback against Arsenal. Right, we need to see this game out now. We need to see this out. Just everyone just drop a little bit. Just drop a little bit. Can we see this out? It would be a magnificent result on the way to survival. And we have seen out one hell of a comeback victory. Oh my god, I did not expect that. That is big. Oh, they dominate us with so many shots. Oh my goodness. That was special. That was a very, very special match right there. What a comeback. And it lifts us into 6th place. I'm not looking at Europe though. I'm really not looking at Europe this season. We are that step closer to survival now. If we're still somewhere near the European places by the end of the season, then we'll have a look at it then. But until then, no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that right now. Especially we got Manchester United coming up next in Europe. In the league at home. I mean, we still got some tough games this month, but we're going to be back somewhere around the middle or end of January. If we're still in the FA Cup, we'll bring you the 4th round if we're still in it, but I'm stunned. I'll tell you what, if that match doesn't deserve a like on this video and a smashing of the big red subscribe button, that was quite forceful, wasn't it? It just says how hyped I am after that result. But guys and ladies, thank you so much for being around for a moment like this. Make sure to hit the like button down below and click subscribe for more Football Manager content just like this, for more moments like this, I hope. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.